I do, we do, you do is a strategy that you can use to teach something for which there is only one right way. For instance, I might use this if I am teaching people how to set up a Canvas course, or how to use an app, or how to follow a specific process. You just need people to learn how to do something, so you use I do, we do, you do to teach this skill. Here's how you set up I do, we do, you do. During your session, you will first do I do. During the I do phase of this, you, the facilitator, are demonstrating how to do the process or how to exhibit the skill. During the I do phase, you, the facilitator, are showing your learners how to do the process or how to demonstrate that skill. For instance, I might project my own Canvas page and show my learners exactly how to set up their course. You explain what you're doing, and of course you model it so that everyone can see it, and your learners are simply following along at this point. Then you enter the we do phase. During we do, you are modeling the strategy and your learners are following along on their own devices, using their own supplies or with their own papers. So during the we do, you might have your learners actually go through a budget request process along with you. You're still explaining what you're doing, and your learners have an opportunity to ask questions as they go. Then finally, you enter the you do phase. During you do, all of your learners are on their own, but still in the session. So they're actually exhibiting this new skill or doing the strategy that you just showed them, but all together as a group so that you can walk around and provide feedback as you go. So for instance, in the Canvas example, I might be walking around looking over everyone's shoulder, making sure that they're setting up their Canvas course properly, and I can give them feedback and they can ask me questions. So here's why you might want to use I do, we do, you do. Firstly, it's a great scaffolding strategy. So your learners learn this new skill in a very low stakes way. They watch you do it, they do it together as a group, then they do it on their own with your supervision. So it doesn't feel very risky. Then for you as a facilitator, you can see where the misunderstandings are happening as they happen. So you're not rolling the dice that people will be able to apply this perfectly after the session when they're on their own. You're actually seeing what they're doing in the session, and you can correct any errors that they're making and also make sure that they have applied this on their own in a low stakes environment before doing it in a high stakes environment. I do, we do, you do is best for skills that have one correct way of doing it. So something that is very procedural or technological is a great skill for I do, we do, you do. There really isn't room for interpretation for some of those things. You just need people to absorb the skills. Try I do, we do, you do at your next PD session.